What's up, everybody? This is Rodney with Aircore EDC, and what I got for you today is a little show and tell of some things I'm getting ready to do and something that I have done. First of all, let's start out with something that I did. I decided to mod my TS137 in D2. Now, if any of y'all are familiar with this, this is a carbon fiber front frame titanium rear D2 blade front flipper. This one is an older model that they have. Really have always liked this, but one thing I didn't like about it was it had an open area here, which was great for spidey flicking. So I pretty much took that feature away by doing this mod. But I basically reprofiled the spine of the knife and put a polish on it and sort of a crown. You can sort of see where the edges start if I can get it focused for you. You can see the edge. I tried to blend it from the very tip of the blade all the way back up to the front to where it has a nice even transition. And I was going to rechange it just a little bit sharper, but if I got it any sharper, you could see that as far as keeping this line symmetrical all the way down the spine of the blade, I would have wiped out the D2 and I would have had a real sharp ramp right here at the end. So I decided to go from the front of the spine, and as it went back, I did more of an even upward ramp. So I didn't remove the D2 marking on the blade, and it was more fluid into the front flipper portion where the jimping's at for the flipping. I also lightly radiused this corner here and got some of that sharp edge off of it. But I've always really liked this blade and this shape, and it just feels great in a pocket. This thing is just so buttery smooth, and with it open is with it where it really shows its beauty. It just totally changes the look of this knife, and I just really like the way it turned out. It's just such a beautiful fluid knife, and the way the upward swept cleaver, there is no flipper tab in the way, there is no finger troll area per se that gets in the way. This is a really good slicing knife if you had to slice, doing some food prep. Really like the way it turned out, and I just wanted to mod it for a while, and I finally took a chance today and decided to give it a shot, and it came out pretty well. And I have another thing I want to show real quick. I won't necessarily do it, but I want to show it. I had one of my subs talk about deepening the jimping on a knife. I think William was the subscriber of mine, and he knows who he is. He has a front flipper that's a little bit tough because the jimpy can't get a grip on it with his thumb, and so what you can do, you can go to about any Harbor Freight or get online and order these from eBay. This here, you can get a set of diamond files. Now, this particular file here is for deburring or deepening threads, cleaning threads out, on like a whatever size all thread or nuts or bolts you have. Of course, this is for external only. It doesn't do internal threads. But it's shaped like a V, and it's set at 60 degrees, so it goes down into the root of the thread. And that's your most common thread pattern, is a 60 degree included angle, 30 degrees and 30 degrees. So if you're looking at this from the end, I don't know if I can get it to show, you have a 30 degree ramp. Can you see that there, how it's pointed? This is basically a triangle thread repair file, and this is diamond coated. And what you can do is you can just take your blade out of your knife or leave it in the knife, depending on what you're comfortable with. And basically what you do is you take the point of that and put into the jimping area. If I can get it on camera right, I'm doing this from behind the camera, but you get this into the root of the thread, or not the thread, the root of the jimping, and you hold it. Get it to focus. I can't see what I'm doing because I'm behind the camera. And basically you just strike back and forth, put it in the groove, in the slot, whichever one you're trying to do. And granted, you have multiple jimps that you want to do. And I've actually polished this out, and I had to go a little bit deeper with this one. So I've actually tuned this one in just a little bit since I did the spine change. But you would just take this thread file and go back and forth on each respective groove, and you can make jimping deeper on about any knife. Now granted, it's not a super fast process. It is time consuming, especially because the blade is a hard material, but that's why we're using a diamond file and not a standard file, because most Rockwells are, you know, 57 or higher, probably more in the 60 range, which is pretty tough. And you can't do it with a standardized file, but the diamond files do it no problem. And there's no reason. You can get very expensive files. You know, there's no reason to go out and spend a lot of money. You can get a cheap kit from Harbor Freight or online, eBay, Amazon, your favorite hardware store, whatever the case may be, and get these all day long for, you know, 20 bucks or less for a cheap set, and that probably includes shipping. So if you want to try that, and the set comes with like 10 or 12 files, and there are half moons, round, squares, blocks, flat, needles. There's a bunch of different kinds, and it's good all-around tool to have as a knife person, that you'll find a lot of uses that you can use it for in your repertoire of tool uses in modding or adjusting your knives. A lot of these files are really good because they're shaped, they're round, and so forth. They're really good for sharpening serrations on a knife also, if that's something you guys are interested in. But anyway, I wanted to show that to William, and I'll try to do more of a actual detailed video if I can set my camera up one day and actually show me working on a knife. This one here does not really need it. It's sufficient enough for what I'm trying to do. It's got a nice depth to it that I get plenty of grip. This thing here is just so buttery smooth. I mean, it is just like glass. And I'm trying to get it behind the camera, and I'm so close to my table, but it drops on its own weight. It is just smooth as butter. And that's the mod I did to the Twosun TS137. I can't remember the name of this one. It's not the Monarch. It's not the... No. 223 is the Monarch. Stingray's another number. I'm not sure the name of this one. This is and I'm no disrespect to Mr. Mazwan Mokhtar. He is the designer of this knife. It is a great knife. There's his marker there. I just decided to change it up a little bit because that's what I do. I mod and change things around and play around because, you know, once you buy a knife, it's your knife. But anyway, that's what I want to show you on the knife mod. And this is one of the older model knives that does not have the D-shaped pivot. So if you want to get it set, you know, and put Loctite in there so it doesn't back off on you, this tool right here, which I showed in another video, locks in these grooves here. Let's see if I can line it up. And you can see that it engages, so you can put your Torx driver in one side and this in the other side, and it allows you to torque your knife down to a good tightness level that you're happy with. And if you put Loctite on it, it allows you to break it free, because of course with Loctite this would just spin because there is no D-shaped pivot. But this tool overcomes that, and I just have it in a little Craftsman bit driver. But anyway, that's another story too. And last, before I let you go, we're at 8 minutes. I'm trying to do under 10. I'm getting ready to do some anodization. I have a Twosun razor blade tool. This is also by Mazwan Mokhtar. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I'm going to do a ano on this. I'm thinking about a green, or maybe a bronze, or maybe some blues or purples. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but y'all leave in the comment section what color y'all would like me to try. I'm not going to do no Stossifies or any of the fancy storm lightning stuff because I'm just not there yet. I've got some stuff to do it, but I haven't tried to do it yet. I'm just going with the basic colors with my anodization machine that I got last year for Father's Day. And I'm also going to anodize this Twosun whistle. Now this is a whistle slash waterproof container, and it came with a lighter that you can fill up a cotton wick that you can fill it with fluid, and you have an actual lighter that goes in here. But I took that out. I don't smoke, so there's no reason to have a lighter. I reckon, I mean, it would be good to have a lighter if you're out in the woods, but you know, I got other means of starting a fire. So I'm using this, or not using it, but I took the lighter out. And I want to anodize it. And I don't know if the little plastic insert's going to cause me any issues when I start running and shooting electricity through it. Because normally when I do anodization, I move all hardware and so forth, carbon fiber. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And give me a feedback. What y'all think what colors I should do with these. Play around. And maybe I'll try to do a little quick video of me doing some anode work if I can get my camera set up. All right. It's over 10 minutes. Y'all have a great evening. This is Rodney with GaraCore EDC. Let me know what you think of this fancy TS137 by Moz1 Mokhtar that I have modded and turned into a little bit different. I mean, I just really like the way this thing flows. It's just got a significant flow that I think personally I just like better than the original design. But I know why he put that out there, so it had multiple methods of opening, which I did take away from being able to finger flick it or spidey flick it. But I'm okay with that. This is a perfectly good functioning knife, just front flipping. And it is drop shut. Y'all have a great day, great night. God bless. Bye now.